only giving 2021 2 out of 5 stars, but I give 2021 reality TV a whopping 5 out of 5 because things were popping off and I loved every minute of it. From The Bachelor to Bravo and even the Kardashians, if you watch it, something big was going on. So I rounded up 10 of the biggest reality TV moments from throughout the year for everyone to fight about in the comments, cause 'tis the season. Let's get into them. I'm Anna Rumor and this is Pop Culture Social Call. Starting in 10th place, we have the end of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. After 20 seasons of Kar-Jenner drama, the show wrapped up in June, even doing a little reunion special for the first time. Keeping Up with the Kardashians changed the cultural zeitgeist, don't even argue about that, so it was crazy to see it end. At the same time, the show hadn't been must-see TV for a while. It made sense for them to go out on a high note. Now, the only reason this didn't rank higher for me is the Kardashians are already in production for a new reality show on Hulu, so it was more of a see you later than a true goodbye. In 9th place, we have Colton Underwood coming out as gay on Good Morning America. The former Bachelor was previously known for his fence-jumping season and for allegedly stalking and harassing his girlfriend after that season, but in April he became known as the first gay Bachelor star. Now, this doesn't erase what he allegedly did to his ex. There's a lot to unpack there, but he did get a Netflix docuseries about his sexuality that premiered this month. For me, the big question that this raises is when are we getting an LGBTQ+ season of The Bachelor? I mean, come on, it's 2022, just make it happen. Coming in 8th, a day I never thought I'd see come. Now, if you're a Sister Wives fan like I am, you've been watching Cody struggle to hang on to one wife, let alone 4, for years. I never thought any of them would actually leave though, despite how miserable they all looked. But in November, Christine announced she was out. Now, if you don't watch, you might not see how wild this really is. These two have been spiritually married for more than 25 years. They have 6 kids together. There's a lot of religious stuff they contend with. I did not think she was actually gonna say enough's enough. I mean, if anything, I thought it was gonna be Mary, but people say she might be next. Maybe that'll make 2022's list. Your move, Mary. In 7th place, I have Real World Homecoming, which brought together the cast of the original 1992 New York Real World season to live together in the same loft nearly 30 years after they changed TV forever. Now, they had a lot of conversations about how the show affected their lives and how their conversations about topics like race changed the culture. The Real World Homecoming Los Angeles followed, but it was something about the first season, especially during COVID, that really made it feel impactful. In 6th place, we have what every Bravo fan has been campaigning for years, Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Now, in the new spin-off that premiered on Peacock, we have the all-stars of the Housewives world. Kenya, Kyle, Ramona, Luann, Cynthia, Teresa, and Melissa? They all take a tropical trip together. Now, not only is the theme music so catchy, these women are all the ones who understand the assignment, and let's just say they've got big personalities that do not mesh. Not only that, but this show peels back a layer of production. They're openly talking about being on the show and being famous. It's what fans have been asking for. It's keeping things fresh. Speaking of what fans have been calling for, in 5th place we have Heather Dubrow's return to Real Housewives of Orange County. Yep, that's right, they brought back Fancy Pants herself after last year's disaster of a season. I could not be happier to see her. I mean, alone in the first episode, we got to tour that giant mansion of hers at last. That was enough to have me pop at the jams. In 4th place, we're starting to get into some scandals that had everyone talking. In February, Chris Harrison stepped back after 20 years from his role hosting The Bachelor after defending contestant Rachel Kirkconnell's plantation-themed formal. Now, it wasn't just his message defending her, but it was his tone talking over Rachel Lindsay, a black woman, about racism. Not good. In June, ABC announced he wasn't coming back altogether, and Jesse Palmer was named the new permanent host of The Bachelor. Okay, the crazy part of this is Rachel and Matt James actually managed to work things out, so it's just Chris coming out of this one with the L. In 3rd place, we have the Southern Charm reunion that started the domino chain that would reunite J.Lo and Ben Affleck. I know that sounds like a Mad Lib, but it's real. Back in January, Craig outed co-star Madison LaCroix as talking to a married MLB player, and people quickly put together the pieces that it was A-Rod, who at the time was engaged to J.Lo. Now, they both denied meeting up, but in April, J.Lo and A-Rod called off their engagement, and she would go on to reunite with her former fiancé. Talk about D-list to A-list influence. In 2nd place, we have the Erika Jayne Tom Girardi scandal on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the case that turned Bravo into a true crime network. Tom Girardi is accused of stealing settlement funds from orphans and widows to pay for his wife's lavish lifestyle, with the biggest lawsuit coming just shortly after Erika abruptly announced she and her husband were getting a divorce. Since then, what did Erika know has been a topic of discussion everywhere from the blogs to the New York Times, and she went on a defense campaign during the season that didn't really make a ton of sense.
He was also unconscious for 12 hours, but no one.
He was?
The only reason I put this at number 2 is none of her co-stars actually went that hard for her this season. We still don't know a ton. It's very frustrating to watch. Coming in at number 1, we have the moment that shook every Bravo fan to their core, Jen Shah's arrest. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star was arrested in March on federal wire fraud and money laundering charges. She's pleaded not guilty, but the feds are accusing her of defrauding vulnerable populations with scams through a telemarketing scheme. Now here's where this earns its place as number one. We got to watch Jen get the call that the feds were honing in on her just minutes before Homeland Security swarmed the Housewives set. And then she keeps filming the season. It's so good it even overshadows the drama that Mary could possibly be a cult leader. There's a lot going on, and it's gonna keep going in 2022 because she's just about to go on trial. Reality TV's impact knew no bounds in 2021. I can't wait to see what next year brings. Let me know in the comments if I missed any big moments that you loved, and head over to popculture.com for more entertainment news. Also, hit subscribe on our channel. We got a ton of year-end videos here. I'll see you next year. Happy holidays. I'm Anna Rumor, and this is Pop Culture Social Call.